Welcome everyone to a YouTube video of Not Exactly Experts, where similar to how we did the DeMarcus Lawrence episode where we talked about how he snubbed the kid, we had a recent happening come up in NFL again. But before we get into that, obviously Jarrett, we've got the Under Armour brothers, Rusty and Jordan on the show.
Let's go.
And of course myself for so we had something interesting happen in the Steelers Browns game. Someone want to walk our listeners through this?
Go ahead, Rusty. I'll let you take it.
Okay. So it's late in the game. I mean, you guys correct me if I'm wrong on any of this. I don't think there's much time at all left on the clock.
Less than 20 seconds.
Yeah, less than 20 seconds. The Steelers have the ball, third down, pretty long. Mason Rudolph goes back to pass the ball, passes it off, and then kind of almost immediately gets hit by Myles Garrett for the Browns, takes him down to the ground. And I think this all starts because Mason Rudolph was mad that it was maybe sort of a late hit. Anyways, so Mason Rudolph tries to take off Myles Garrett's helmet, does not do so successfully. Myles Garrett gets up, takes off Mason Rudolph's helmet.
Takes it off?
He rips it off.
Okay, thank you.
And then proceeds to bash him with it in the head. Yeah, not good. And then a bunch of Steelers and Browns run into the red zone and end zone, and everybody's fighting. Marquise Pouncey is kicking fools. It is a good time.
It got gangster after that.
Got very real.
Yeah, got very real indeed. So I guess the NFL justified in suspending him indefinitely, or
I think so. I think there's a lot to discuss here, and I hope we disagree on some stuff. But I think Myles Garrett should be toast.
Like done for good?
Done for good.
Are you saying done for good?
He's never getting back in the NFL? Or
done.
What?
Done. There's no reason for that. There's no reason for that.
Dude, here's the deal. I've seen worse fights in the NFL before. It's like all of a sudden they've never seen violence before, never seen helmets ripped off. I mean, Andre Johnson and Cortland Finnegan. Like 4 years ago, literally both ripped each other's helmets off. They're going blows at each other, smashing each other in the face.
But
they should be gone too.
But Andre Johnson didn't pull Finnegan's helmet off and start hitting him with his helmet.
But he hit him with his fist, and it probably hurt a little bit more than that helmet did.
Oh, baloney. Oh, baloney.
I think Rudolph got lucky with how it hit him, because it could have been a lot worse. Because it kind of hit him. Yeah, it kind of hit him with the padding on the top, where it would go on top of his head. So I think he kind of got lucky there. Because if there had been blood, or if he would have been knocked out cold, I'd probably feel even different about it. I feel in two different ways. Looking back at the video, I don't know what the hell Mason Rudolph was thinking.
Initiating it, trying to pull the helmet off of.
Yeah, that's first off. The guy is twice your size.
Yeah,
right?
It wasn't a good fight to pick.
Twice your size. What do you think's going to happen when you try to rip off his helmet? I get that Myles Garrett should not retaliate and hit him with it. But that's the other thing is once he finally gets his helmet off, the guy's still running after him. What are you trying to do? You know you're going to get hurt.
And the thing is, if this happened in any other sport, let's just say baseball, you get hit by a pitch, and then the batter comes up with a bat. Major League Baseball would just kick him out of the league. If the batter came out with a bat, it'd be done. His career would be done. Same thing with the NHL. And I think there was a situation not too long ago where an NHL player actually hit somebody with his stick. Of course, he hit him across the head. Of course, knocked him out. His whole career was done. I don't know if there were any criminal. And actually said there might have been some criminal charges filed, but he was done. He was done. No way. And if Myles Garrett connected, let's just say that Myles Garrett, with all his strength, and we saw a lot of workout videos from Myles Garrett this season. Let's just say that he connected, bam, right there, right on the skull. He honestly, and all truthfully, he could have killed him. He could have killed him. There's no way that he couldn't have not hurt him if he actually did connect.
I don't understand how anyone could possibly think he should be allowed to play again.
I mean, I most certainly think he didn't get suspended for the rest of the year.
Yeah. The rest of the regular season
pay.
playoffs. Yeah.
He's out indefinitely, and then it says I think he has to come to the NFL commission or whatever to ask to come back, more or less, if he wants to come back. I just don't understand how he should be able to come back. How much money is he getting paid? Millions of dollars. We're all making way, way less than that. If I go to my colleague tomorrow and I bust my laptop over his head, I guarantee you I'm not going to be able to come back to my job. Yeah. Why should he be able to come back?
It's just it's just a double standard with professional sports.
That's the problem. Then if
you do this on the streets,
it's assault.
It's assault, right? We're getting arrested or getting criminal charges on us. It's just because it happens in an entertainment environment. They get a pass.
But when it comes to violence, there's a difference between like inherent risks that you have, right? Of like in the heat of an action, stuff's happening. And this wasn't even during a play. This was extracurricular activity. Like I understand, there's hits that happen that are super iffy that are happening during a play. This wasn't even a play. Like it was over with. And there's plenty of time during this whole situation to be like, okay, actually, I'm acting really stupidly here. Like I should probably stop. No, like he continued to like try and hit him, and finally connected. Like I don't understand how this is a part of sports.
Well, it's not really a part of, because this is a very rare situation, but it's just like, and Mason Rudolph has even said that he's not going to press charges because apparently he could have easily.
He might feel a little guilty because again, he kind of did start it in a sense by trying to pull off Myles Garrett's helmet while they were falling to the ground.
Mm-hmm.
But
I don't know. Did you hear him afterwards?
I didn't.
What said it's total Bush League and that it was a coward play.
Who said that?
Well,
that's
Rudolph
what Mason
said that about Garrett.
But here's the deal. This is why it all started, right? You got to think about how the game was at that moment. It was over.
It was over.
The game was over.
And Rudolph played like crap.
He
threw 4 interceptions.
Yeah. So Myles Garrett comes around the corner on a play. He throws it to the flat, I think. So there's pressure. And if you watch, Myles Garrett wraps him up. I don't know why there wasn't a late hit flag if you look at the play. Wraps him up, throws him to the ground late when he should have just let up, right? The game is over. You already beat this quarterback up like crazy. That's why Rudolph, I mean, think about it. How many times have you guys been in situations in sports or whatever and somebody has just ticked you off, right? You're losing, you're down, you're getting beat, and something just
never happens to me.
Right? Remember when I had that bad day, Rusty, and you sprayed water on me, and for whatever it was, I just got ticked off and I speared you to the ground.
Felt really good.
I mean, it all started. Myles Garrett started it, and that's why Rudolph was so ticked. He's like, dude, we've been getting handed to us, and you're going to late hit me on the last play of the game when clock's running out. It all started there, and then it just was reaction.
Yeah, you're defending Rudolph. I'm fine with that.
Yeah,
I still think Garrett should be gone. He shouldn't be allowed back in the league. Like if you don't kick him out of the league indefinitely, where do you draw the line? For God's sakes, esports. We've talked about this in a past topic. One of these big players recently got like streamed a game where he showed like how to cheat on a certain game. It wasn't even a tournament. He got banned for life from the game.
Yeah.
Just for showing online streaming how to do like a little cheat code or something. This guy bashed someone's head with his own helmet.
This guy makes the NFL a lot of money.
Yeah.
And makes
Who cares?
The rounds.
There's plenty of other players. There's plenty of other players.
Does anybody here not agree that he probably shouldn't play again?
Oh, I almost certainly think that.
Not that he will. I'm asking if you were on the committee to kick him out of the league, are you voting yes? Obviously,
he's gone.
Jarrett?
Toast.
That's tough. Because you know what? I'll say something. If you're not going to allow, and I believe this is the same thing. I believe if we're all equal, if people are equal, if you're going to suspend, Ray Rice for the whole year, and if you're just going to get rid of him, you might as well do the same thing with Myles Garrett. You're going to have to suspend Myles Garrett because
he already is.
Outside the field, that was an assault.
Oh, yeah, easily.
So
outside the field, he's going to prison.
Yeah.
Anyways, I don't know. So I'm big on second chances. But
that's
a tough one.
But the
it's
thing
no different than like Kareem Hunt. Kareem Hunt last year, he wasn't on the field. These guys off the field have all these assault charges again in domestic disputes, and they end up getting suspended for 4 to 8 games because they hit their girlfriends or their wives, and they're back in the league. Why should this be handled any different?
I think now it's with the culture that we're in now. I think the NFL, it's personally it might be 20 years too late because, like you said, Jordan, we have the NFL to where guys have assault charges on their girlfriends and everything. They're suspended for a few games and then they're back. I think the NFL has really cracked into the pressure, which they needed to, and really addressed the issue with violence outside of the game. And they've really tried to put pressure on guys like, hey, we will not put up with this. We're not going to do it. And so if you go beyond, and if you do a stupid act like that, we're going to make you pay the penalty. Kareem Hunt, you're gone for 8 games. I mean, even then, 8 games. And I don't know. With the NFL, this is a whole new topic. I feel this is a whole new topic we could get into about the NFL and how they handle penalties. But yeah,
the thing about this that's different, though, to your example of like assaulting, girlfriends outside of the game, right? And some of it there's video footage, some there's not. In my opinion, no, this is far more like prime time. Right, it's live, it's on TV, there are people watching, there's no doubt in anyone's mind about the whole he said she said thing. Like, it's clear cut, and I feel like you should draw the line, start making an example right here with this, because if you don't, where does it stop?
No, I don't know if anybody disagrees with that. I just don't think the NFL will ever do anything like that. There's just
And there I agree with Jordan. I don't think the NFL. Yeah, he should be. He should not be allowed in the league anymore.
Do you two agree with that?
I don't think he really should be. If you take out the NFL and you look at just anybody in life that deals with that same thing, like you said, if you go bash somebody on the head at your job, you're gone.
Yeah,
you're never getting hired again.
But NFL, right? Do you think today should he be able to come back? Ever?
No, but I think in the standards of the NFL. We're having 2 different conversations.
So you think he'll be allowed to come back, but you don't agree with it?
Yeah, I think no.
So I think we all agree here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So I think my big thing on all of it is that I still think, yes, I agree with you guys. He probably shouldn't be back in the league because of that. He could have killed him. Second part of it, I think there's still blame to be given to Mason Rudolph. Like his helmet comes off. He easily can walk the other way, not make the situation worse, and move on.
I agree.
But he didn't assault anybody. He did nothing but.
I get that, but he's running up to the guy when he's clearly upset. Like, you're making the situation worse. That's why I don't get it. The NFL is going to fine Mason Rudolph, but he gets no suspension.
I don't think the NFL's done yet. I think there's still more to come.
Yeah.
Because I think they're still analyzing everything. I think they just laid down the law where it's very clear. So.
It'll be interesting to see how they handle it.
Yeah, it'll be very interesting. But then also think about you mentioned it in real life. You get mad at somebody, you bash them over the head with a computer. So now let's just go real life. So let's just say now that coworker files charges against you.
Mm-hmm.
Now let's just say that maybe you do get sent to prison for a few months. Let's say maybe now you have a felony on your record.
Sure.
But that doesn't stop you from working. Now, obviously, there's a black mark on you. There's a black mark on you and your record, but that will extremely limit you on what kind of jobs you're going to have.
Exactly.
But that shouldn't prevent you from working, but it does.
Right.
So we go back to Myles Garrett. If he gets kicked out of the league,
He'll go play in the XFL.
I mean, good luck getting anything about broadcasting or anything else, because the last image people are going to have of you is you bashing somebody over the head with a helmet.
Well, and I think when you sign up for football, in any pro sport, you're on camera. Like, you should be aware that, like, every move you make, whether you're on the field or off, is going to be under a microscope, and that's just part of the game. Like, if it's part of the game, so it is what it is.
I don't know how much you guys are on, like, Twitter and stuff, but I've been surprised. There's quite a few players that have sided on either way, like who's to blame, and should Mason Rudolph have been suspended? Are they just making more out of this than it needs to be? It's been pretty interesting. Cameron Jordan, who's a defensive end for the Saints, kind of came out and said that he thinks it's ridiculous and it's all played out of proportion and it wasn't as big of a deal as it is. It just looked worse than it was. Yeah, and he's standing by it. He didn't delete his tweets. He stood by it. But I was going to bring up something about that. But before we jumped on, there's so many examples of guys that probably should have been kicked out of the league. Albert Hainsworth stomped on a guy with football cleats, like, on his face, and got suspended like 4 or 5 games. Ndamukong Suh, who's a dirty player, he has done so many things. Stomped on a guy's groin. He's always doing something after the play, getting personal fouls, and he gets suspended a couple games and gets to come back.
Now you guys know why I don't ever do good in NFL trivia. Why would I want to watch a sport like this?
But this is the thing that I go back and forth. Like, I think, when you look at what happened and should he come back, I think he probably shouldn't. But when you look at what other players have been able to come back from, that's where I'm like, why is this interaction the one that should be the drawn line? Which I guess, like you said, they got to draw it somewhere. But I feel there's things I feel it was taken out of proportion. Was it bad? Yes, but there's worse things that have happened than this on the field. I really do think that.
Yes, there have been worse things, but you want to put an end to it.
Yeah.
You have to put an end to it.
So that's the other thing, too, is, like, most people think this is pretty out of character for him because he's really generally a pretty nice guy.
Nope. No, he's not. No, he's not. He's been fined twice before. On late hits on the quarterbacks this year alone.
Dude, late hits on the quarterback happen for everybody. You're saying every defensive end that's had a freaking penalty for that is a bad guy? It's the freaking game, man. It happens. It happens a lot faster than you think.
But not every guy gets fined like Myles Garrett does.
He hasn't gotten that many fines. Where are you pulling this crap from?
He's got fined twice.
Like 2. He's had 2 this year.
Yes.
Big deal. Big deal. That's 2 freaking fines.
That's 2 more than a lot of other defensive ends have.
Oh my gosh. It's not like the other ones were, like, extremely violent trying to kill people.
Do we think DeMarcus Lawrence would sign an autograph for Myles Garrett?
Marcus Lawrence fined for second time this season for late hits on quarterback.
Yeah, he must be a jerk.
First thing pulled up. For the second time in 4 weeks, Cowboys defensive end, DeMarcus Lawrence is losing money.
He's a bad guy.
How about that one?
You know what?
Hey, Jared, at least he's not bashing heads in with helmets.
That's right. He hasn't taken everybody's helmet off.
But he does do worse things. He shatters kids' dreams for the rest of their lives.
Well, maybe they should start wearing Cowboy jerseys instead of Giant jerseys in.
If they wear a Cowboys jersey, they're destined to have their dreams shattered.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, I'm sorry, Jared. That was cold.
Oh my gosh, that hurt.
Well,
that hurt. Yeah.
We want to hear. Tell us what you guys think. Who's in the wrong? Who's in the right here? Is there anyone in the right? Should Myles Garrett be out of the NFL indefinitely, or should he be allowed to come back?
Here's one other thing, though. Before we get done with this, is how you guys feel about Maurkice Pouncey. So he got suspended 3 games for really coming to his quarterback's defense. Right after he got hit on the head with the helmet, Pouncey goes over there and he's punching him like 3 or 4 times. Myles Garrett falls down and he's kicking him in the head too, like just going after him. For me, I'm like,
how does he not get ejected? That's one thing. He did not get ejected. By rule, if you throw a punch in the NFL, you should be automatically ejected.
Exactly.
He got like 6 or 7 in, plus a kick to the head.
But I don't blame him at all.
Like, well, I know he's just defending him, but
like, if that happened to Patrick Mahomes and every single offensive lineman for the Chiefs don't go down there and beat the crap out of someone,
okay,
they're all cut from my team. Get off my team.
I don't know if the Chiefs' offensive lineman can hold him off or not.
Look, Rusty. I'll say this.
Slay. I'm sorry.
If somebody took a swing at Patrick Mahomes, Arrowhead is emptying.
That's
People
actually a
will
pretty good
charge-
point.
Like, this is our only hope for a Super Bowl in our lifetime. We are not letting you F this up. We're coming to get you. Arrowhead would empty.
Kill him.
That would
Yes.
be impressive to see.
Yes.
I did
People
see a
would
couple-
charge the field.
I saw a funny meme or meme, whatever you guys call them, memes. I was talking about Myles Garrett and Happy Gilmore, the only two to ever take something off and try to kill somebody with it. Professional sport.
Oh goodness.
That was pretty good.
Yeah.
Anyways, I just didn't know how you guys felt about that. Like, I don't even think he should be suspended. Fine him for doing it, but I don't even think he should be suspended. He's defending him.
By rule, he has
I
to
mean,
be.
I don't think he.
There
By
were-
the time he got there, I felt like it was mostly like there's different ways you can hold people off. You can hold them back, right? Or you can just start beating the crap out of them.
Beat him.
I-
At
But
that
usually,
point.
if you,
I
get thrown out of a game, you're
Do you
suspended.
really
For
believe
sure.
that? You really think he was in the okay? Like you're going to take that stance and say you can
Yes.
kick him while he's down.
Yes.
on the
you
ground,
just tried
kick
to
him.
kill your quarterback. That's what
On
you
the
just
ground,
said.
kick him. You're okay with that?
He had his
Look, the
helmet on.
Pittsburgh
so it didn't
Steelers
hurt
don't
him.
have a lot of quarterbacks left on their roster, so
Just so it'd be known, you're on record for agreeing that if a dude's on the ground, you can be kicking him in the head, and you're okay with it.
Okay, you're taking it completely out of context. The
I
guy
thought
just tried to swing and kill my quarterback. Yes, I think it's okay.
But
He can punch him and kick him.
The danger's already over.
It's about the moment. Like, defend your guy.
make it a poll question. Make it a poll question.
Make it a
Let's see
poll.
what people say.
We got polls, 2 polls, baby. Here we
got
go.
I think
polls.
he's totally in the wrong for defending his quarterback there.
There's
got
no way. No.
polls.
Too much. It's too much.
Polls.
So what was he supposed to do? Just hold him?
By then, I think the refs were
Give
already
him a
there.
hug? Say it's okay, buddy. It's okay. You
You
just
were-
tried to
You
kill
were
my
one
quarterback.
extreme or the other.
Yeah.
I
Never in the
want
middle,
my
huh,
team.
Rusty?
That's all I'm gonna
No
say.
meeting in the middle for you tonight.
No. No.
Okay.
I'm completely okay with everything he did.
Let's put it to a poll. Let's see what our fans think.
Pull it up.
All right. I'm glad Rusty and I are in the same room right now.
He might
You're
take a helmet. He
crazy.
might take his hat. And try
I
to
feel
hit
like
you
he'd be
with it.
taking his hat right to
Yep.
the top of my head.
Yep. And with us not having any hair, it might scar us up a little bit.
It would. It would.
Yeah.
But thank God we're not in a sport, though. We could actually press charges.
That's right. I'd see your ass, Rusty.
All right, cool. Thanks for
Guys
tuning
are
in,
acting
guys.
like I took Myles Garrett's side.
You didn't, but you took his teammate's side.
I didn't take his teammate's side.
You took Mason Rudolph's teammate's side. Sorry.
Yeah. For defending him.
Violently defending him.
Okay. I'll give you an example
Eye for an eye?
So if somebody walks up and punches Katrina in the face, are you gonna just walk away? No! You're gonna get in there and you're gonna punch the guy back and tell him to get the off. Guarantee it. It's no different.
Does that mean it's right, though?
Yeah, it's right.
I'd say justified is the word. It's
Very justified.
It depends on the situation. I would want to make sure she's okay first. That would be my first thing.
I doubt it. I've seen you react as being ticked off, and you're not justifying if anybody's okay.
I will die. I will die on my hill on that one. Like,
Hey, just because I'm doing something doesn't mean it's right.
Polls
Let's
out.
mark
Let's
that on record.
see what they say. So
Thanks for tuning in, everyone. I'm interested to see what the polls say.
it'll be
Give
interesting.
us some votes. Thanks for watching.